It's Minnie St. Clair here, and I'm 39 years old, living with a disability, and I am on a slow and steady journey to become a millionaire. Following Dave Ramsey's baby steps, and then now reading Dave Ramsey's Baby Step Millionaire, and I incorporated Money Guy Fu Financial Order of Operations to become a financial mutant, and it's not too late to catch up. Okay, so let's close out the budget of April 2024. I know it's May 2024, but honestly, the whole financial independence journey living with a disability is an extremely emotional roller coaster. I'm processing a lot of my feelings from the federal government announcing in the budget that they feel Canadians with a disability would get $200 a month if they're eligible for the disability tax credit, which it excludes a lot of people on disability who are not able to access the disability tax credit because their doctors feel like they don't qualify for the disability tax credit. But the primary doctor that fills out the disability tax credit form, they actually don't decide if you're approved for the disability tax credit or not. Like, yeah, they fill out the form, and basically them filling out the form describes your disability so that when the form goes to the government, it's a disability adjudicator office, like there's people in the disability government office that reviews the form. I'm not sure who those people are. um I know I went through it with being on Ontario Disability Support Program, and then luckily, my family doctor filled out my disability tax credit form, and then that got approved. So I have access to the disability tax credit, and I opened my registered disability savings plan. But what bothered me was seeing my neurologist this month for my follow up. He made a comment that he didn't believe I'd get approved for the disability tax credit. And I had to remind myself that I have the disability tax credit. Let's get into the actual budget of April, of what I spent for April, and then we'll see what's next. Okay, this is Every Dollar. I've been using Every Dollar as an app on my iPhone and the web based browser since December 2018. I actually like it a whole lot better than trying to figure out YNAB. You need a budget software. Um, And I also have a spreadsheet that I made that I added the dashboard so it summarizes my spending for the entire year. That is how I paid off $8,000 in 9 months. I invested so $15,725 in my registered disability savings plan. About 400, wait, no. Right, I took money out. So it was $1,000 in my tax-free savings account, but I took money out to pay off some tax debt. So now my red tax-free savings account has $477. Then my RRSP account has about $7,000, but I believe I put in $6,000 in there, so it's growing with the investments in the portfolio. So it's doing the thing about investing. Right. April. So April, I spent $2,584. $1,269.31 went to housing. $712.16 went to lifestyle. 110 went to savings. Then $492.55 went to debt repayment. Now, oh yeah, here. Okay, good. So sometimes I follow Dave Ramsey baby steps exactly, in the sense I know where I am in managing my finances. Like, I have $1,000 starter emergency fund. Then, because I'm self employed, I would like to have $1,000 business retained earnings. But I also have a deductible on my tenant insurance that's $1,000. So my starter emergency fund, I'm going to add another $1,000 in there for the deductible. But I'm not gazelle intense about it. So like went gazelle intense, and I put my $1,000 starter emergency fund because Dave Ramsey recommends baby step one, two, and three are gazelle intense as fast as possible. In about 2 to 5 years, people pay off debt, build an emergency fund, and then they're ready to be investors in their retirement accounts. Americans, 401k, 403b, whatever else you have over there. Canadians, tax-free savings account, register retirement savings account, and it's different if you have an employer or you're self-employed and you're in Canada. I'm self-employed, so all my accounts are self-directed. Plus the added challenge of being on Ontario Disability Support Program, I also have to make sure that my investments and my assets fit into the annoying rules of Ontario Disability Support Program. I used to say that the rules of Ontario Disability Support Program were complicated. They're not complicated. They made them challenging because they believe people with a disability don't have the smarts or intelligence to actually plan their financial future. But not everybody's disability is the same, and nobody starting financially is starting from the same spot at all. So April, done, $2,584. The thing about my dashboard that I like, it's totally calling out how much money I pay on credit card debt. Almost $2,000 this year already went to paying off credit cards. Mostly minimum payments, sometimes a little bit more money because I use one of my credit cards for groceries because I get points towards more groceries. So I like that credit card for that purpose. But I don't like that, oh, $2,000 went to credit cards when $2,000 should have gone into my registered disability savings plan so that I can be on track of getting my government match of registered disability savings bonds from the federal government for being eligible for the registered disability savings plan after having my disability tax credit form filled out and approved by the government. Yeah, so some things on the financial baby steps that I'm doing change because of my circumstances, and they're my circumstances. You may be on disability, you may be working, and you may be trying to like follow my plan. Don't actually follow what I'm doing, actually understand the financial concepts. So, like Dave Ramsey's baby steps is a good guideline of financial concepts to follow to keep yourself on track, and they're very generic, which is great. Same thing with Money Guy Fu Financial Order of Operations, which is here. They're like have enough money to cover the deductibles of your insurance. So like how I have tenant insurance, the deductible is $1,000. I need to have that in my savings account so that if something happens where I need to claim my tenant insurance, I can pay the deductible and then get my insurance paid out from whatever I need to claim on my insurance. I also need to get myself critical disability insurance and health and dental insurance supplemental to what I get from Ontario Disability Support Program because it doesn't cover everything and it stresses me out that it doesn't cover everything. Then the match, the employer match. So, like Americans, we hear about them saying to get the employer match of their retirement contributions accounts. If you're in Canada, it really depends on what you have available to you. Me being self employed, planning for my retirement, that is 100% my responsibility that I have to figure out and do. So, like I said, being an owner of the disability savings plan, the government matches my contributions. Like right now, I'm catching up on the contributions where the government said contribute $5,000, they contribute 10,500 plus they also add in disability savings bonds, and we're going back retroactive from 2008 up till 2025 because that's when the government decided that's not eligible. Like it's based on my diagnosis of my disability, and then the government just picked a date of when I need to reapply for my disability. They probably think some of my disability stuff will be improved, but multiple sclerosis is permanent for the rest of my life and there's no cure, and it may get worse and it's not going anywhere. Same thing with bipolar disorder. Even though, yes, I'm taking the medication, that little booger will still be there ruling my life whether I want it to or not. And oh, yeah, the medications are super expensive, and I'm constantly taking blood work to monitor what's going on in my blood work. Okay, so that was April. Okay, so we did close out the budget for April. I went on a little bit of a rant. This whole thing is emotional. There's no way you can tell me, oh, document your financial journey, and feelings are not going to come up. Feelings will come up. People have an opinion about what I'm doing as if I'm not supposed to do it when I deserve to work towards building my wealth so that I'm not in poverty and not stressed out and not wondering when I'm going to feed myself or put food in my fridge. There's so many things of doing the financial baby steps. Like if you start with Dave Ramsey's baby steps and you get the $1,000 emergency fund, you feel amazing. Most people don't have a $1,000 emergency fund in North America. And then, oh yeah, paying off your credit card and actually have the credit card paid off to zero balance is amazing. I don't care what anybody has to say. That is amazing. Right now, we're high costs of living, inflation, probably a recession, whole bunch of stuff going on in the world right now. But if you could take charge of your finances where you know exactly where your next dollar is going and you're not stressed about it, you're on top of the world. So I've been tracking my net worth since January. We're now at $71,502.25. Majority of that is my registered disability savings plan. And then it's RSP, registered retirement savings plan, then tax-free savings account. And then I added the new first home savings account because the first home savings account will help me buy my first house. The whole point of the getting the account. Um, And then I also opened a taxable investment account. Now, playing around with compound interest calculator, the taxable account is just very, very nice to see more of my money grow in the stock market. And it's also for me my FU disability fund. Like I would like to be off of Ontario Disability Support Program. And to do that, you need a source of income. Either you have a job for a company as an employee, or you become the boss, own your own company, and then you decide if you're working with customers or other businesses to grow your business income. And you get the perks of being a business in the economy that's potentially providing jobs to other people in the economy. It's a wonderful thing, capitalism, when you really know how to use it. And that's the whole purpose of the taxable account. I would like my investments to be moving and grooving in the economy so that when I need to access it, I can access it and I don't have to ask anybody any questions or permission to access it. Yeah. So, okay, now we do the May budget. Oh, okay. Huh. We're doing good. We're doing real good. Planning for May 2024 budget. Now, yes, I know it's May 18. A lot of stuff is going down. A lot. Like, I'm now seeing a financial coach. She challenged me to charge for coaching. I did. Where's the budget for May? Um, I did. So in the month of May, typically it's my disability income $1,593. The reason why it's that amount, if I do not work in the previous month, the disability does not add on a $100 work related benefit. So basically, okay, so here's the ODSP self-employment earnings exemption deduction calculator estimator that I made to keep myself on track of how much money I'm earning. Will it affect my disability? When will disability say I have too much money? And honestly, it's like the best thing I've done for myself to keep track of being on disability, earning my income that I'm allowed to make according to all these links here are links to the legislative policy directive of Ontario Disability Support Program. So I was there saying typically my income from ODSP if I do not work is $1,593. Then they take back $71.85 for the overpayment, and then they leave me with $1,521.15. But ODSP automatically pays my landlord my rent, $960.45. I'm in rent control. I've been here since 2007. I'm kind of lucky. I'm very happy about it. Yeah. Then they send $86 to the electric company. Sometimes I don't use all of the electric bill money that's on my bill, and sometimes the electric company will send me back a refund of money that's on my bill so I can use it in the budget. Kind of depends on when I want to access that money and not. Um, right. And then if I made money, let's say I made, let's see a good general number, $2,000. and my expenses were $1,000. Well, that's not even good. If I made $2,000 in the business and my expenses were $1,000, my net income is $1,000. That does not affect my disability income at all because the minimum threshold for being on ODSP, if you earn $1,000 net income, you still remain on full benefits of Ontario Disability Support Program. So, like the top half here is the basic amount of ODSP if you're not eligible for special diet, medical transportation at all. This is the amount you get if a single person, no children, not married. $1,300. But it goes up 4.5% in July, which estimates you might get about $60 added on to your ODSP check as a new base amount. So this should go up 1,000. It should go up around $1,360 in July, but we'll find out July 31st how much money that will be, and then I'll be working off of a new number in my budget for living off a disability. Um, yeah, so like $1,000. If I make $1,000, like net, I take home $1,000. I still on disability. They still give me 1,593. Then they add on a $100 work-related benefit. Then they take back $71.85 for the overpayment. And then they pay my rent. Then they pay the hydro. And then I live off of $574.70. So where's that? That is how disability income line item in my budget works. And the only reason it's there in the line item of my budget is so that you see the full picture of what my household income looks like. Like you actually see the real numbers, real situation that I'm working with, and then how I move through the financial baby steps of Dave Ramsey to become a millionaire. And I'm not even like, no, I really believe I'll become a millionaire. Dave Ramsey already played out the plan. Like, I can do it. I just need to stick with it. And yeah, it's a whole thing now. My doctors are encouraging me to do it, even though, yes, I have a disability and I'm eligible for disability stuff. And the government just said, oh, yeah, $200 for your troubles. $200 for my troubles is basically the amount of money that my mom, dad, and grandma give me for birthday and Christmas and once a couple times in the year when they feel like it. Yeah, I need to do the rest. I need to work. I need to save myself out of poverty. So part of the month, I'm coaching clients. I'm coaching clients on disability to navigate the financial aspect of coaching, their financial planning, their financial knowledge, so they can move through financial independence and do whatever they want. Like, I want them to live life on their terms because they are making the financial decisions for themselves. So that's going well. I need to work on getting more financial clients. I'm working with a financial coach. He's encouraging me to get more financial clients so I can coach them. And I'm also looking into get licensed so that I can professionally help people with credentials of having a life insurance license called LLQP and mutual funds where I'm leaning towards becoming a professional financial advisor. We'll see how that goes. Remember, I had a big goal of going to college and things blew up when my parents couldn't really help me with college, but they really promised paying for college. So as we move through the baby steps, you will see a line item in my budget of saving for college. Here. Saving for college, second career. I need to put money in that account so I can pay for college and go to college. I would like to do it next fall, I think. Yeah, because the 2 year program is about $10,000, which is $833 a month for 12 months to get to $10,000, which is 2 years of college. Plus, I need a little bit more for books, transportation, clothes, so I can go to college. And then while I'm in school, all the income I make, being on disability, is fully exempt according to the policy of ODSP, which is section 5.11 and 5.18. Yeah. This is what we're doing. Okay, so four walls. Okay, so four walls. Wait, what is that? What is this? Oh, I was like, what is that? I moved something in my budget. I was like, what is this? Planned. I added the credit limit No, that's not planned. It's here. Okay, there we go. So in my spreadsheet, I added the credit limits of all my credit cards. I have total available credit limit $14,500. That could pay for school. That's a possibility. If I pay off all my credit cards, that could pay for school. It's a matter of how fast do I pay off credit cards so I can go back to school. And the reason being, if you're on a Ontario Disability Support Program and you want to go through post-secondary education, the standard normal advice is apply for OSAP. Then through OSAP, you apply for the disability bursaries and disability grants through OSAP. And then OSAP reviews all your household income and assets to determine how much money they'll give you. And then ODSP needs to know if you got too much money from OSAP. On OSAP's the Ontario Student Loan Assistance Program. Um, from that. But there's too many people in my business. I don't need that many people in my business. If I go to school and pay for school with credit cards, I get access to all the disability supports directly from the college without checking in with OSAP, checking in with ODSP, because like they have this rule that to be a full-time student with a disability, you can't drop below 40% course load. But if I pay for college with credit cards or cash, and mom and dad actually pay for tuition, I could reduce my classes to about two a week and do classes the entire year through summer school. Because school's like September to April, and then April to September, there's summer school. I can do classes every day for the whole year for my program on my own terms without checking in with a caseworker, checking in with OSAP disability department. I don't want to check in with too many people. Like, this is the whole point where I encourage people to follow the Dave Ramsey baby steps. It actually takes back your autonomy and financial power and decision making. It does. You claim it back. You claim back your power. You claim back your ability to make your own financial decisions. All of this is me making my own financial decisions for who? For me. Me alone. That is it. Yes, I'm legally responsible to tell ODSP about if I get married, if I have more assets, if I earn an income. I get that. I totally understand that. And I totally do all those things. But I still need to be able to make my own decisions because they're best for me and I'm happy with them. And this is why we're doing financial independence, living with a disability. No, it's not too late. Yes, you can catch up. It can happen if you're working. And in honest truth, if you're not working, this does not work for you. If you are not unable to earn an income and you're living with a disability, I feel very sorry for you. But I have a mission to accomplish. Like, I have a mission to accomplish. So the basic budget and my this section here, it morphed. Do I need the stuff on the side? Yeah, these are guidelines. These are just budget guidelines on this the right hand side. In the middle, it's my bare bones four walls budget of shelter, utilities, food, household, clothing, hygiene, transportation, and miscellaneous. And I summed it up that I could live off of $30,000 a year. Maybe that's your new financial independence. No, I made it 40. Yep, I made it 40. Can I bump this up to 40? Oh, you could. Hold on. 900? No. 1,000? Huh. Interesting. 2,000? 49. Okay, how about that? Oh, that's too big. 49. Huh. Interesting. 1,500. Okay. Yeah. This is yeah, I totally can live off of about $3,000 a month. It's my bare bones, four walls. All my basic needs are met. That supplements ODSP. Because ODSP gives me $1,593. You see that here. If I work I'm net profit $1,000 and they add on $100 work-related benefit, that goes here. Then sometimes there's a tax credit that comes in of GST, climate action, Trillium, that grocery benefit the government made, that goes here. Then net profit for my business goes in this line item. Then other income. So like refunds from the hydro bill, gifts from mom and dad, honorariums for new surveys and consulting, that goes there. And they're very specific. If I do consulting and they're paying me an honorarium, they label, like, it's in the email, it's in the communication, they want to pay me an honorarium. And the honorariums are not a lot. They're not paying my actual consulting fee. My consulting fee is about four times what they want to give me for an honorarium. So if they want to give me $50 for an honorarium, my consulting fee is actually $250 because my knowledge, not only is valuable, but my knowledge is actually proven and proven by me. I'm literally going through all the things I'm teaching people myself first. And if it, like, I'm testing out all the kinks and all the things to make sure it works for myself first. Like, I'm saving myself first, then I can help others. Yeah. So that, I learned with this budget, I could probably invest some of my disability money or tax credit money, depending on what comes in the budget, the basic budget. So this budget, I can probably add in saving and investing in this budget right here. This used to be in the back of envelopes. This section right here, I used to write this whole thing on the back of an envelope to figure out my budget for the whole month. Then as I wanted to grow my YouTube channel and really actually take charge of my finances and my life, I added the other parts of the budget. A version of this spreadsheet budget is available on the Buy Me a Coffee page. That would be a good thing to grab if you want to support the channel, see more content like this, see exactly my progress and my process, because it's happening. It's totally like net worth calculator. This thing is fascinating to me. Like, this is actually a thing. It's like, I don't think, like, I'm not in this, oh, woe is me, the little man can't get ahead. I can get ahead. It's going to take some work and I take a lot of naps, but I'm going to get there. I'm a turtle. uh, I'm definitely a turtle. I'm definitely a turtle. I'm a slow and steady journey to becoming a millionaire, and it's not too late to catch up. Yeah. So that is what we have for you. Is there anything else? Maybe. Let's go through the debt snowball real quick. Okay, so here we're back at the Dave Ramsey's 7 baby steps. You can take control of your money. Dave Ramsey's 7 baby steps will show you how to save for emergencies, pay off your debt for good, build wealth. It's not a fairy tale. It works every single time. I really believe it does because of the fact that I paid off $8,000 in 9 months, and I paid for college semester, a whole college semester in cash. Like, it was amazing. The only thing is, we need to make sure I had more money to finish actually my program. Like, it was my fault in believing my parents were going to help because they didn't, and I had to pull out of school, and I'm very upset by it. And I'm trying to get over it. The only way to get over it, I have to save my own money and then go back to school on my own. So here are my credit cards. Smallest to largest, debt snowball. So debt snowball is you pay off. Um, does it say what it is? Find out your debt-free date and accelerate your progress with the debt snowball method, the fastest way to pay off debt. I thought it doesn't explain it. Okay, so debt snowball, pay off all debt except the house using the debt snowball. And then, here we go. So debt snowball, next time it's to pay off a car, credit card, student loan. Start by listing all of your debts except for your mortgage. Put them in order by balance from smallest to largest, regardless of interest rate. Pay minimum payments on everything but the little one. Attack that one with a vengeance. Once it's gone, take that payment, put it towards the second smallest debt, making minimum payments on the rest. That's what's called the debt snowball method, and you'll use it to knock out your debts one by one. Find out your debt-free date with the debt snowball calculator. Okay, I should have read that first. So here's my debt snowball calculator. My breakdown is Debt I'm paying off. So all my credit card debt I'm paying off. My disability overpayment, I'm not paying that off aggressively because they take back money from my disability check already. And I wouldn't be required to pay them off like for my own money until I'm no longer eligible for Ontario Disability Support Program. So the way that one works, to get that one out of the way first, so the disability overpayment, they take back $71.85. That should be the balance for that is $3,252.06 because the new payment date, May 31st, is posted in my disability file when I log into my benefits. Um, and then it says to be gone in 45 months. But July, they say they increase ODSP with inflation. As they increase my ODSP payment amount with inflation, they also increase what they take back as an overpayment. They said the recovery of overpayment is anywhere from 5 to 10% unless I make an appeal to claim for financial hardship. Yeah, and with the way things are going, I probably wouldn't get approved for financial hardship from ODSP because I'm able to work and make money from my business. So that's just how that works with that. Then the rest of the debt are credit cards. Um, $1,374 is the smallest. We're working on that one first. Then minimum payments, everybody else. So minimum payment coming up right now. The next two minimum payments are the credit card where I get points towards groceries, and then my first credit card I got to rebuild my credit after filing a consumer proposal because I learned with the Dave Ramsey baby steps being in Canada that you could follow the Dave Ramsey baby steps. The baby steps work. But being Canadian, our financial system has a little challenging hiccups. So, like with being self employed and would like to buy a house in my future, I need my credit to be amazingly good so that I can access every financial lender option there is to get a mortgage, which also means I have to increase my income. To qualify for a mortgage, you kind of have to have an income above $60,000 a year, which is the medium household income roughly to do that. I can't have ODSP as my only source of income. And then when I spoke with mortgage brokers, they know ODSP could be your household income, but they also know it can be taken away. So like there's a lot of people on Reddit ODSP that are like talking about getting a mortgage and ODSP is their only source of income. They're not going to qualify. And the reason they're not going to qualify, they won't be able to handle actual home ownership. So like all the repairs, property taxes, um that come with owning a home, then all the legal fees of buying a home. Like if you already have a home, it's a little bit different. You just refinance the mortgage based on your current income of already being a homeowner. That's a whole different strategy. But becoming a homeowner, like a brand new homeowner, and your income is ODSP, you're not going to qualify by yourself. And then they're going to tell you to get a cosigner because the cosigner has to be the one that carries the entire cost of being a homeowner with the mortgage and managing a house and property taxes and repairs and everything that comes with it. And I don't know where they get this fantasy idea that they can carry a mortgage by ODSP being their only source of income when it's not going to happen in this reality. So, like John Deloney talks about living in this reality. You need to live in this reality if you want to buy a house and your income is ODSP. Yeah. So this is why I'm paying off credit cards. I'm keeping my credit good. I'm building up my down payment. I already have a mortgage broker that's ready to work with me when I'm ready. She already told me what I need to do. Um, and we're gonna work towards doing it. And then going back to college and increasing my income, that's already in place. Here's the thing. Let's say I get too disabled and I can't do any of this stuff. I tried. I tried my best to do it. Then let's say my disability stays stable enough that I can keep doing this stuff. We know eventually over time I will reach, where is it? Build wealth and give. Baby step 7. Paid for a house. No credit card debt. Investing 15% or more of my income. I may help some people go to college. I may build a whole foundation of people going to college. I like, it's going to happen. It has to happen. I can't, no. The government already said in indirect way that, oh, If you're living with a disability, we encourage you to work. If you read everything of the poverty reduction strategy for Canada and Ontario and across every other province, they all want people with a disability to work. They're not funding your unemployment unable to work due to disability. They're just not. And you can follow my Twitter. I post the information all the time. I can find it around the world. Every disability program, UK, Australia, United States, Canada, they want people with a disability to work and earn an income in some capacity. Yeah, I'm doing it. You should get on board. And I mean it in the most blunt, honest way possible. Like, I'm not going to sugarcoat anything. I'm going through this stuff. I'm already approved for disability. I'm already on the disability system. So like no matter what choices come up or circumstances, I'm still on the system. I'm forever connected to the system of disability. Even if I make more money and I'm no longer receiving income support from Ontario Disability Support Program, my file is still connected to the system. They're always going to be up my butt. Like, so I'm better off to take back all of my autonomy and my financial decision power and live my best life in the way that I want to. Like multiple sclerosis is not going nowhere. I just asked my neurologist, how many people do you have living with multiple sclerosis? Like some people live it with their entire lives. So now for my entire life, we're literally just deciding what medications that are specific for multiple sclerosis that I'll be taking to keep my symptoms as low as possible. That's expensive. And no, the government of Canada and Ontario are not going to do it. They're not going to pay for it. So yeah, I need to do whatever I can to get more education, to build a skill, to learn, grow a business, do something that brings in money in my household that's not from mom, dad, and grandma and the government. Yeah. What else do I have to say for you today? Let's check. Okay, so I'm totally fired up. You must hear how fired up I am. It all started because I read Dave Ramsey Baby Steps. At first, I tried to go back to my financial books of Gail Vods-Oxley, Susie Orman, David Bach, and a couple other ones. Like I have Idiot's Guide to a Budget. And where are the books? I have a bunch of books that I bought in 2006 about budgeting and finance. But the thing is, I couldn't figure out how to put it together. Dave Ramsey tells you how to put it together. This is what the baby. This shows you how to put it together. Like if you read a financial book and you're like, oh, that's great. How do I put it together? This helps you to put it together. The first three baby steps you can do. Investing, you have to learn a little bit more. And with investing, you're learning in your investment options that are available to you in the country that you live in. For me being in Canada, I know, wait, hold on, let me go find it. Okay, so here's the Government of Canada website. They have financial literacy information on their website. So if you go to Canada website, look up money and finance, and then the Dave Ramsey baby steps, you can put it together. Oh yeah, right, the Ontario Disability Support Program. That, I had to break that down by reading through the whole website of the government through income support and employment support, and then different sections of the policy. Like they have a section of the policy about owning real estate. Because like on ODSP, they say your primary residence, your primary property is an exempt asset. Okay, but to qualify for being a homeowner, you have to go through the financial system, or you can inherit a house. If you inherit a house and you can manage a house, okay, great. But some people on ODSP and disability, they couldn't inherit a house from their family because that's what happens when people pass away. They inherit stuff. But it doesn't mean you're actually financially capable of managing the house. You may have to sell the house. And then when you sell the house, you still have to manage your finances in a proper way of being on Ontario Disability Program that either keeps you on disability benefits or That is your time to exit and leave disability and live on your own. It's possible. There's ways of doing it. I know there's ways of doing it. I've been doing this journey since 2018. The amount of knowledge and experience and wisdom I've gained from doing this is super, super valuable. This is why I'm charging people for my time to teach them this because I could, it's on the channel. It's spread out on the channel. A lot of information about it is on the channel. Are you going to be able to know it in a very chronological way? Maybe, but um, it's jumbled mess. It's not put together in this nice recipe step by step order. It's a lot, and I'm actually going through all the steps. Like everything I do, I'm going through it. I'm living through it. I'm processing it. I have to deal with my caseworkers. I have to talk to my caseworkers and report my income, report my assets, and go like it's just so much. I don't want to do this stuff that's right here. I don't want to do it. Here, extended health benefits. Great. So if I leave ODSP and I make too much money, they'll move me over to extended health benefits and still cover my existing prescriptions. Okay, great. But I also found an option that I can buy my own health insurance, have my coverage for my own private health insurance from money out of my own pocket to cover my dental, prescription, vision, chiropractor, acupuncture, physiotherapist that I need to manage the chronic pain, multiple sclerosis, and oh yeah, bipolar disorder as well. Those things aren't going anywhere. Every time I go to my doctor's appointment. Remember the doctor diagnosed me with these things. Now I have to figure out how to live with what the diagnosis is. And I can't fully live with my diagnosis and enjoy my life if I always have to check in for Ontario Disability Support Program. Yeah, this is all here. This is in the spreadsheet. Getting the spreadsheet helps support the channel. And I recommend it's a book reading. Yeah, I may have to update this because even that, even my book, the books I'm reading to gain self confidence, self value, self belief, like actually a support system in place that I can escape poverty is a lot. So, yeah, this is what I have for you. I really don't know what else to say about it. I know it's possible. I know it's 100% possible to do, and I'm doing it. And I encourage people to get educated, stick to a plan, and reach your financial destination. I'll see you on the other side. Smooches.